Hello and welcome to our training on the Science of Reading, Unit 8. I'm Dr. Weston Johnson, Principal Learning Coach with LearnCoach LLC. I'm thrilled to be partnering with the Goodhue County Education District for this course. In this video, as a part of Unit 8, we will be exploring essential elements of diverse learners. Each of these elements will help deepen your understanding of effective diverse learner instruction and how to apply this knowledge within your own classroom. By the end of this training, you'll be able to understand the unique challenges and strengths of diverse learners, including struggling, multilingual, culturally diverse, and gifted learners. Apply research-based instructional strategies to support the diverse needs of students in reading development, and be able to analyze how tailored interventions foster equity and improve literacy outcomes for all learners. Let's get started. First, let's define this concept. Diverse learners include those with varied cultural, linguistic, cognitive, and emotional needs, requiring tailored approaches to literacy development. Here's the gist. Recognizing and meeting these unique needs fosters both equity and literacy growth. The big picture is this: supporting diverse learners through individualized strategies promotes inclusive classrooms and academic success for all students. Why focus on diverse learners? First, tailored instruction lays a foundation for reading proficiency, equipping students with essential skills for success. Second, inclusive practices promote equity, breaking down barriers for underserved students. And finally, empowering students through culturally responsive teaching and targeted support fosters confidence and lifelong learning. Diverse learners bring unique strengths and challenges to the classroom, and addressing their needs requires thoughtful, individualized support. Struggling learners often face significant difficulties with phonological processing, like recognizing and manipulating sounds, and working memory, which can limit their ability to retain and use information effectively. These challenges make mastering foundational skills a struggle. Early intervention is essential, and with explicit, systematic instruction, we can help these students build the skills they need to succeed. Multilingual learners face their own hurdles. Phonetic differences between their native language and English, limited vocabulary, and unfamiliar syntax can make reading and comprehension more difficult for them. However, through explicit phonics instruction, scaffolded vocabulary lessons, and comprehension strategies and skill instruction, we can support their language development and increase their confidence in navigating English literacy. Culturally diverse learners often contend with a lack of representation in the curriculum. When students don't see their own experiences or identities reflect in what they learn, they may feel disconnected or excluded. By incorporating culturally relevant materials and inclusive practices, we can affirm their identities, enhance their engagement, and create a learning environment where they also feel valued. Gifted and talented learners, on the other hand, may become disengaged without sufficient intellectual challenges. These students thrive when given enrichment opportunities, advanced study, and tasks that encourage critical thinking and creativity. Meeting their needs ensures they remain motivated and reach their full potential. By understanding these challenges and designing strategies that address them, we can create a classroom environment where all learners have the opportunity to succeed. Supporting struggling readers requires a strategic, multifaceted approach tailored to their unique needs. The first priority is early intervention. Research shows that identifying and addressing difficulties before grade 3 is critical to preventing long-term reading challenges. Early intervention gives students the foundation they need to build essential literacy skills. Next, explicit instruction plays a vital role. In the early grades, the focus should be on phonics, decoding, and fluency to develop the foundational skills for reading. However, as students progress, explicit instruction must expand to include vocabulary and comprehension. This ensures they not only can read accurately and fluently, but they can also understand the texts they encounter. Finally, differentiated support is essential. Each struggling learner has unique needs, so we must tailor the pacing of lessons, select materials carefully, and provide targeted feedback. Differentiation allows us to meet students where they are and help them make meaningful progress. By integrating these strategies, we can effectively support struggling learners and set them on a path toward reading success. Multilingual learners bring unique strengths and challenges to the classroom, and their success often depends on tailored strategies. First, explicit phonics instruction is essential. Teaching sound symbol correspondences systematically helps these learners decode English words more effectively, building their confidence and accuracy. Next, vocabulary and comprehension development are critical. By using visual aids, bilingual resources, and context-based learning, we provide multilingual learners with tools to connect new words to familiar concepts. These strategies not only build word knowledge, but also enhance their ability to understand and engage with text, strengthening both retention and overall comprehension. Finally, leveraging students' first language can be a powerful tool. Identifying and using cognates, words that have similar meanings and forms across languages, can aid comprehension and vocabulary development. Encouraging students to draw on their first language in discussions and learning activities bridges the gap between what they already know and what they're learning in English. This strategy validates their linguistic backgrounds and fosters deeper engagement in the classroom. Creating an inclusive environment for culturally diverse learners requires intentional, thoughtful practices. First, design an inclusive curriculum that reflects the rich diversity of your students. Incorporate texts, examples, and lessons that celebrate a variety of cultures, giving students opportunities to see themselves and others represented. Second, build community connections to enrich the learning experience. Collaborate with families, local leaders, and cultural organizations to bring authentic, real-world perspectives into the classroom. These connections can help students see how their heritage ties into broader narratives. And third, invest in professional development for educators. Ongoing training and cultural competency equips teachers with the skills to create equitable, respectful, and inclusive classrooms. This ensures that all students feel valued and supported as they learn. Gifted and talented learners thrive when provided with opportunities to challenge their intellect and creativity. First, offer advanced texts that push these students to think critically and explore complex ideas. Engaging with sophisticated materials keeps their curiosity alive and their skills growing. Second, provide opportunities for independent research projects. These projects allow students to dive deeply into topics of interest, encouraging self-directed learning, critical thinking, and creativity. Finally, facilitate peer collaboration through activities like literature circles and discussion groups. Collaborating with equally motivated peers helps gifted learners refine their ideas, explore diverse perspectives, and strengthen their leadership skills. By creating spaces for intellectual growth, we ensure these learners remain engaged and inspired. Equity is the foundation of effective education for all learners. Collaboration is a key driver of equity. Teachers, parents, and communities must work together to ensure every student has access to the resources and support they need to succeed. Data-informed instruction is another critical component. Using assessments and progress monitoring, educators can tailor their teaching to address the unique needs of each student, closing learning gaps and promoting growth. Finally, ongoing professional development empowers educators to effectively address diversity in their classrooms. Training in evidence-based practices, cultural competency, and inclusive strategies equips teachers to create environments where every student can thrive. Equity isn't just a goal, it's a commitment to ensure that all students have the opportunity to succeed and reach their full potential. Imagine a student named Alex, a second grader who struggles with decoding and fluency. Reading feels like climbing a mountain for Alex. Every word is a challenge, and fluency seems out of reach. To support Alex, his teacher implements targeted phonics instruction, focusing on building his ability to break down words into sounds and blend them seamlessly. Additionally, Alex participates in repeated fluency practice, reading short, familiar passages multiple times with guidance and feedback. This practice helps him build automaticity and confidence. Over time, Alex begins to notice a difference. He's no longer tripping over every word, and he reads with increasing accuracy and expression. These small victories lead to a bigger one, a boost in his confidence. With each success, Alex feels more capable, and reading becomes less intimidating. This progress underscores the power of intentional, systematic support tailored to the needs of struggling learners. Now, let's take a look at Maria, fourth grade student who recently moved to the US. She's a bright learner, but is finding it challenging to navigate English, vocabulary, and comprehension. Words and phrases feel foreign, and classroom texts are hard to follow. Maria's teacher introduces bilingual supports to bridge the gap between her native language and English. Cognates, words that look and mean the same in both languages, become her stepping stones. Explicit vocabulary instruction follows, with visual aids and hands-on activities that help Maria grasp and retain new words. Finally, context-based comprehension activities are integrated, allowing Maria to connect the meaning of words and ideas within a familiar context. As Maria works through these strategies, her vocabulary grows and her ability to comprehend texts in English improves. She begins to participate more in class, engaging with texts and discussions. The combination of intentional supports transforms her learning experience, highlighting how tailored strategies can empower multilingual learners. Let's consider the story of Maya, fifth grade student who began to feel disconnected in class. Maya rarely saw her culture or experiences reflected in the classroom materials, leaving her disengaged and reluctant to participate. To address this, her teacher took a proactive approach. She introduced culturally relevant texts that reflected Maya's background, ensuring she could see herself and her community in the stories and discussions. Additionally, the teacher incorporated Maya's lived experiences into class activities, inviting her to share her perspectives and connect them to the curriculum. The impact was immediate and profound. Maya began to engage more actively in discussions and activities, showing a new enthusiasm for learning. By seeing her identity valued in the classroom, Maya developed a stronger connection to the materials and a deeper sense of belonging. This case study demonstrates the power of culturally responsive teaching. When students feel represented and valued, they are more likely to connect with their learning and thrive academically and socially. Finally, meet Ethan, a fifth grade student with a love of reading, but a lack of engagement in standard classwork. Ethan excels in decoding and comprehension, but the routine assignments feel repetitive and uninspiring. To re-engage Ethan, his teacher assigns advanced projects that align with his interests, such as analyzing historical texts or exploring scientific concepts through literature. Ethan also embarks on independent research opportunities where he selects topics he's passionate about and delves deep into exploring them. These opportunities reignite Ethan's curiosity and challenge his critical thinking. He not only deepens his understanding of advanced texts, but also hones his ability to connect ideas and articulate his insights. Ethan's excitement about learning returns, illustrating how tailored enrichment can meet the needs of gifted learners and keep them motivated. When students struggle to succeed, it's often because specific barriers are preventing them from making progress. Let's consider common hypotheses to guide our interventions. Sometimes, students simply don't want to do it. They may lack interest or incentives to engage in tasks, leading to avoidance. To address this, we need to improve motivation by making tasks meaningful, rewarding effort, and connecting the work to their interests or goals. Other times, students haven't spent enough time practicing this skill. Without sufficient practice, they don't develop the fluency or confidence they need. In these cases, it's crucial to increase practice opportunities, ensuring regular focused time for skill building. And there's some students who haven't had enough help to succeed. Limited guidance during the learning process can leave them feeling unsupported. By increasing instruction and providing targeted guidance with modeling, we can scaffold their learning and build their confidence. Another common issue arises when students haven't had to apply the skill in new or varied contexts. This makes generalization difficult. To overcome this, we must increase opportunities for generalization, giving students varied practice to apply their skills flexibly. And finally, for some students, the tasks is simply too hard. They're missing the foundational skills they need to succeed. For these learners, it's essential to provide prerequisite skill instruction, teaching the foundational skills required to build toward more complex tasks. Understanding these barriers helps us design effective interventions that address the root causes of student struggles, creating pathways to success. Effective instruction follows clear progression, aligning with the stages of learning to ensure skills are not just acquired but mastered. The first stage is acquisition. At this stage, struggling readers need explicit instruction with guided practice. Teacher modeling and immediate corrective feedback are essential for helping students build a foundation. Next is fluency. Here, frequent and varied practice helps students develop speed and accuracy. Timed or connected activities ensure they gain confidence and automaticity in applying their skills. The third stage is generalization. Practicing skills in varied contexts allows students to adapt their knowledge to new and different situations, ensuring flexibility and deeper understanding. In the adaptation stage, students use problem-solving strategies to apply their skills creatively and handle unique or unexpected challenges. This fosters independence and critical thinking. Finally, maintenance ensures long-term retention. Spaced and repeated review helps students solidify their learning and prevents regression over time. By aligning instruction with these stages, we can guide struggling readers through a comprehensive process that leads to lasting success. In summary, addressing the needs of diverse learners is crucial for fostering equity and literacy growth. By tailoring strategies to each learner, we can create inclusive classrooms where all students thrive. Let's commit to inclusive, evidence-based practices to support diverse learners in achieving their full potential.